That's right. A very good evening, folks. It's Friday night. Let's fight. Share the live. Smash that emoji button, please, and thank you. Smash, 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 smash. Smash that emoji button, folks. It's silly season. A lot of folks running out. We didn't tell y'all. It's silly season. You gotta qualify now. If you're endorsing somebody, you gotta go to the panel and they're gonna screen you. They're gonna screen the endorsement. They're gonna screen it. You don't know that? You got criteria now. My aunt said the man endorsed and the man put on his head. You know, like the man a little shame. Put on his head a little bit, sir. See, body language is something else, huh? Something else. Good night, folks. It's Friday, January 10th. Remember this day, right? The day after the official beginning of silly season. It's the day after, the morning after, the night before. Guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Brennan, stand so loud. Isabella, I see Moses Barlow, Wernella, Obi, Obey. Good to have all of you on the live tonight. Marcia Wiles, great to see you. Happy to have you. Share the live, folks. Smash that emoji button for us. Don't go out here looking thin. Even though it's Friday night. It's a light and light. Slower day. Happy to get into the weekend. Brennan and Monifa. All the Monifas I know were good people, you know. Now thinking about it, watching that name, all the Monifas, fairly decent people. Folks, how you all doing? Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. We got to give you your political fix. Couldn't just leave you all hanging for the weekend. No, you start fish it in. You know, your spouse and even know you're uneasy. Folks, if you don't come on, night don't go nice. All right, since I'm your, what's the pressure tablet? Your glycosol, whatever it is. As Kemraj says, whatever it is. Don't bog you down too much for the details, you know? Just get to the point. Whatever it is. The albendazole, the glycosol, whatever zole. Beware of the polls. A lot of polls happening. Sabina Jacobs, good to see you. How are you doing, Sabina Jacobs? Marcia, Sabinas are usually good people too. Cheryl, Evelina, Marcia, Everil, Brennan, Lyndon Gill. Good to have all of you on the live. It's Friday. It's Friday, you know how? Lack and chat. Lack and chat all the way to the poll. Yep, good to have Rochelle, Kwesi, Natasha, Julian, Maxine, Mark. Good to have all of you. Indy Jackson. Indy, where are you tonight? I find you touring these days. Alison Cortez. Good to see you as well. Happy to have all of you on the live. Ring the bell one time for Indy. Indy all the way from the Pacarimas. That's far. That's a little way. That's far. But good to have all of you. Not only Indy. Good to have all of you. Everett and Leon. Brennan. Brennan said, thank God it's Friday. Brennan, say it again. TGIF. Cycling oil. Thank God. It's Friday. Thank God. Thank God it's Friday. My Lord. Stephanie Green. Thank God it's Friday. Good to have all of you on the live. Couple of things to share with y'all. You know, we went to school, my generation. We went to school with the boom buses. Put-jum. Parents said, that thing gonna affect you later. I said, well, you know, man. I live my life. Put-jum. Y'all know them days. Y'all young yet. Right, them bus and the driver knows the exact equilibrium for the brakes and the accelerator. And you know, on the river, on the bank, y'all know them days. Shucks. They catch up with me now, though. One good ears. Klangran Searchima, good to have all of you. Klangran and Donna, good to have you. Vanilla, Avril. Ever say Nicole? My Lord, let's ring this bell one time to warm you up there. Send, send some vibrations. Shake off some Nicole. Good to have all of you on the live. Signing of the Exim back loan. Body recovered. Maduro on the card. What? You must put this thing so we could actually see it. What happened in the Cherry Dragon International? You must put this. I got come way offset. You see that? You're hearing fall off this chair. Travel at Cherry Dragon International. Trouble, Melanie, man, put on your head. No, man, got a qualifier for endorsement. Confess thy sins. Confess thy sins. Folks, as we get to those matters, 700 of you, we're going to follow the theater girl and counting 6 minutes in. We could have followed the theater girl tonight, huh? Theater girl holds about 700. Somewhere there about. Kim Walker said trouble in the dance. Trouble tonight. Old school. Mario Bello. I only want a little cranking, you know. I only want a little cranking. Best you could do is ignore me. Is Andrew seeing that? I have my glasses. Is Andrew? you know, big people is looking. Is Andrew? Andrew Griffith? Gloria! Folks are trying knowledge. I like it like poverty. I try knowledge. I like it like poverty. Please and thank you. Good to have all of you on the live. Leader of the opposition, leader of the PNCR, Mr. Norton, had a presser today. The presser today, you know when Aubrey come. You can't predict the bowling, you know. Right? Day makeup, spin, you know. I want to show you all my shots. A day makeup spin, you know. When I bowling spin, I come in like what's the fella name again? He had a fancy spin, looking like he pelting. Right? You're young in this business, man. Who know the fella? Seeing is, he had a fancy. He retired now. You don't really all the time, you know. He's got to retire something. He had a fancy spin. I always got come fancy. Can't stylist. Mark your clothes. Mark the landscapes. He's a more recent vintage. I've seen the fella. In the Nish Douglas fella. I seen him. Somebody says sunglasses the right. Little before Malinga. Rajan got it. Rajan Bim. What's the other name? Malinga. Fancy bowling. When you see the ball touchdown, you better clean up, you know. Malinga. Clean up. Some of you are going far back. Not so far back. Hoop and so on. When Malinga throw that ball, release that ball like a bullet, you know. Malinga. Fancy, right? Fancy. Thank you so much, Godfrey Patterson. And that's how I'll be bowling. Right? One day coming like Malinga. Next day's Ambrose. Next day's Ambrose. Taking some wickets. You know. Holly Amore. Good to have all of you on the live. Leader of the opposition had a press conference today. You see all these polls going wrong? Polls. Polls shaking a lot of people. We saw that. Just quite. He tried to put on some cool. Jack tried to put on some cool. Brennan Thompson, thank you. I was trying to figure out if you're listening, if you're paying attention. Thank you, Brennan. Right? Thank you, Brennan. Gloria, I just trying to see if you are paying attention. But now that I know you are paying attention. Here's a story here now. you ever hear spin? You ever see spin? You hear spin? Some of you have some old cricketers here, though. I can tell. Old cricket. Paul shaking Jack Neo. Long now. Paul shaking Jack Neo. You see the Paul, he start cold sweat, you know. Cold sweat. Cold sweat. You see a lot of polls in the time. This one here, can't check it. Aye. Aye. And then in that press conference I enjoyed yesterday out of Freedom House, some long pauses after the eyes. You all remember the interview with the Vice News reporter? You all remember the interview? Put aside, right? Do you know Phip Motilal? Do you know Sue Jurong? Sue? Man, Sue moment in the press conference yesterday, we was asked with Paul. He said, Paul, critics and two donkey could be a poll. Critics and two donkey could be a poll. And if you tested intelligence, the donkeys would win. Critics and two donkey could make a poll. Donkey, poll. Only Jack Joe bring that analogy. The donkey would win. I bring fight no poll. I was a poll. I didn't tell you we do poll. This poll you want? Like you poll information. Like poll you know. Folks, it's poll you all want? Before you get it poll, hold on. Ring the bell one time. Ring the bell one. I gotta do a poll. I involved Big Uncle Gordon of past HJ fame. So I'm listening to the press conference today, and I hear a voice. I said, turn up this thing quick, turn up. Gordon in the press conference? I haven't heard Gordon in a press conference in a little while. But now you see you got a time on your hand. Gordon, I'm taking this whole story here with Gordon and HD. Like I feel like a little more, something more in the matter. I feel like there's something. You ever get a gut feeling, Maxine? Hazel? Prince? Leon? F4? God was in the press conference this morning, asked some very searching questions. But just pauses like as I remembered, I said, look, like I'm gonna do a poll now to find out, get to the bottom of this thing. How many of you believe X? How many of you believe Y? This you could never tell me. Them people know Gordon leaving and they pick the replacement for Gordon. They pick that replacement for Gordon. But sure, it's not about Gordon tonight. That's just an aside. We're talking about BJ and Paul. So this is a Paul you fighting. And we said, Paul? Let me show you Paul. You want to see Paul? Paul this.
There are people here who just did a poll, which I'm not talking about the one in which they're blocking people from. And that poll would have shown among the opposition that I have the highest ratings, including many people who they're naming. Now, likability sounds good, but a lot of time in politics is who on the ground, who are engaging people. I recall before our party Congress, all around they were saying Norton will go, blah, blah, blah. I remember Freddie Kissoon in his normal madness wrote a long thing on why I will go. It turned out that the person who is grounded in this party, named Aubrey Norton, among others, and the party has endorsed my candidature. I move around this country and people speak to me. And so I have an idea. The question of likability makes me laugh because I've heard people say early when Irfan was identified, oh, he wasn't likable. Even PPP people were criticizing him. But once the campaign machinery come into effect, he ended up where he ended up, though we don't believe it was legally done. So I hear you on likability. I believe the average man out there who I relate to, I go into the markets all around. I haven't changed my lifestyle. So I believe and know that the average person out there likes me. The first criticism against me was that I dunce. I don't know if you remember that, but that didn't succeed because it couldn't come up against my academic training and my performance as a lecturer at the University of Guyana. While I don't trumpet much about myself, I'm saying this to you. If there are criteria identified for candidates, I'm dead sure I will fit it at least 90% more than many people who people believe are likable. And the question of likable is also can also be restricted to class. And one reality is that some in the middle class, they have the tendency to try and create a narrative, and then everybody must fall into that narrative. I've been in politics long enough to know when to seek to change that narrative and ensure that we have the broad-based support that we need.
It's poorly, I want, huh? Take Paul. You want Paul. So I didn't want Paul too. Our party had a poll. Right? So I guess now, Jack, you got back to the drawing board. You see. Watch the Jack you. He don't take left, you know. He go want bigger poll now. He go want a bigger poll now. Yeah? He go want take bigger poll now. Yeah, watch him. Yeah, I hear some screams coming from coming from the north. I hear some big screams coming from the north. You go, no, he want to take bigger poll now. Norton said, I got my own poll here. I don't play poll. It's poll. I'm well liked. Of all these candidates here, right, we don't ban nobody from poll. Right? So we want to get bigger poll now. Right? Richmond, north of Ogle. I hear some screams coming from there, you know. Jagger taking poll. This is poll season, you know. Yeah, better be careful. This is poll season. Wounded now from poll, badly wounded. Anthony, Marlin, Kelly, or Skile. You know, extra. Poll y'all talking about now. You know, y'all heard all that. You know what I heard? Huh? Besides Jagger taking bigger poll, you know what I heard? I heard Freddie with his usual madness. Mr. Norton spoke for 2 minutes, 49 seconds. All I hear from the on Freddie in his usual madness. Frederick in his usual madness. Yeah, man. Freddie better take your tablets, boy. Better take your tablets. You know, it's difficult. It's difficult to see people degrade like that. You know, it's difficult. When I was about 14, 15, I read a book that left such an impression on me. It was the unauthorized biography of Nancy Reagan. Yeah, I think it's now, and this thing is long. I remember her talking about her husband and his medical condition. And Nancy Reagan coined it in a way I've never forgotten. She said, seeing my husband decline was like a long goodbye. That was a chapter. That was a whole chapter. The long goodbye. Never forgot that. That's like watching Freddie. It's the long goodbye. That's what Mr. Norton was talking about. He said, Freddie, in his usual madness, it reminded me of listening to Dr. Adams today. Try to respond to Leno Craig. He said, trying to respond to, it's difficult to respond to ignorance. That's what Dr. in the Lines for Change press conference. Doctor studied. Petroleum engineer, gas engineer, probably a pole engineer too. He said trying to respond to Craig is difficult because it's hard responding to ignorance. It's hard. Now, this is a man who, he's an expert. He play. He's not a fake fraud expert like Jack Dew. The man studied this thing. The man's trying to respond to Craig. How are you going to respond to ignorance? Right? How are you going to respond to ignorance? Huh? That's why Kemash ended up saying, whatever it is, man, just give me the just give me the sailing. Whatever it is, it's too long, you can take. You know? I see in Dr. Vincent, like I could see in his mind, him trying to break down this thing to the LCM. He's trying to find the LCM so that a man who left to go and do a doctorate and come back with zero could understand. Imagine a whole country pay for your doctorate. And you still come back, give you a full salary, hold a position in a party for you, and you still come back empty-handed. How done you got for be, man? How done you got for be, sir? It's only left we take the questions and give you now. And so just calm the books too. And they'll still fail the exam, you know. He would still fail the exam. Now he come now, uncircumcised Philistine, and trying to mash the coroner, Dr. Vincent Adams. What kind of madness is this? Adams says difficult to respond to ignorance. Before we bring you all into some of the other things that are happening in the 592, folks, let's touch on a couple of things, and this can respond to some. This is gonna resonate with some of you in the diaspora. The folks in the USA, they're telling us it looks like a majority of Supreme Court justices are likely to uphold a controversial ban on TikTok. TikTok. I know a lot of folks say if you get a VPN, you can work around whatever blockage. But VPN don't come for free. TikTok is free. Might even earn some money from TikTok. So it appears they are likely to uphold this ban. They said in the interest of national security. And we were reading that the justices there in the Supreme Court of the United States of America, they had some pointed questions for the lawyers and some social media, some content creators. Looks as though, that's what they said, they're going to uphold this ban. It looks, that's the appearance that this is the direction they're going to go in. We're going to keep you posted as much as we can because we know how much some of you like our brother Glenn Lal. We know how much of you like your TikTok. How many of you TikTok is very, very what's the word? It's like it mixed with little obeah. You start in TikTok, you start scrolling through some stuff. Right. Next thing you know, it's 6 hours later. So the folks saying it looks as though the Supreme Court, they're going to uphold it. Trump, how do you solve a problem like Trump? How? 10 days before his inauguration, man is now a convicted felon. First time they're telling us in U.S. history, a felon is president. You can imagine how the kids in the United States are going to be inspired. Right? You could imagine. But folks, what I love about this is some of what Justice Judge Mitchum said. The judge who sentenced Trump for the hush money cover-up. I love it. You either a country of laws or you ain't. And Trump really getting here, you know. Trump really getting no fines, no jail time, no probation. Some people says white privilege. That's like some of the comments we read online today. But I'm personally fascinated. You know, the little legal mind in me. Right? It's not plenty. It's like real. Sometimes I don't remember I got an LLB. Right? My mother paid for that. I had to bring home something. Right? My mother's retired now from her work as a nurse. Right? She specialized in nurse that does folks that have kidney problems, dialysis. There's a special word for it. It starts with M. It's eluding me now. Nephrology, something. That lady worked hard, paid for that thing, has to come back with something. Right? Unlike Chinaman, PhD. Jesus Lord. That's the opportunity I want. Who are minister taking? I want to study. Give me one moment in time. Y'all know if this politics thing will work out. Y'all might got to fall back. My friends at Asia can say butter. I have to come back with something. Sometimes I remember. Here the judge said, to be sure, it is the legal protections afforded to the office of the President of the United States that are extraordinary, not the occupant of the office. I said, what? Jesus mercy. Mitchum, this man thieved the books, you know. Mitchum and thieved the law books, you know. O'Neill Vanessa, Brennan, Mitchum and thieved the law books. Put it on a shelf, no way. This man read this thing. Mitchum said, legal protections are afforded to the office. And those legal protections that are extraordinary, is not the occupant, then extraordinary. Noting that the protections do not reduce the seriousness of the crime. I said, like, I see this movie before. Mitchum, to be sure, it is the legal protections afforded to the office of the President of the United States that are extraordinary, not the occupant of the office. He said the protections do not reduce the seriousness of the crime. So whether you're president or not, and you're a scamp, you're a scamp. You're just a scam president. You're just a scam president. If you're a con and you got on jacket and tie, you're just a con in jacket and tie. The judge went on to say, Trump appearing virtually in court, despite the extraordinary breadth of those protections, plural, despite the extraordinary breadth of those protections, one power they do not provide is the power to erase a jury's verdict. God damn it. Oh, somebody hit the like button for me, chum, no man. If not for me, for me, chum. Somebody tag me, chum, if you're watching. LaToya Anderson, Sandra Hanover, Annie Denise, Brennan, Rhonda Lane. Rhonda, good to see you, my sister. We got a link for this New Year. You've been scarce like a good goal. Right? Don't come tell me you're endorsing foolishness, you know. Properness. I gotta call you. You a little too quiet these days. Despite the extraordinary breadth of those protections, one power they do not provide is the power to erase a jury's verdict. Me chum, go to the front of the class, man, me chum, please. Y'all make some space. Well, Trump cussy for so. Trump busy down for so. Busy practicing this, that. Convicted. Felon. First time in U.S. history. Witch hunt. All manner of things, Trump call it. I see this movie before. We see the movie before. See it before. I remember the man sitting in the kitchen with boredness. This fella had 19. You remember that? You remember that? This fella had 19 projects. 19. The High Court said there were matters to be tried. There weren't trumped-up charges. There was veracity to be tried in those matters. In the Ashley matter, in the Brasington matter, in the Nandalal matter, there was. Have you been in court now? And the sanctimonious gangsters, they're now fretting because the cases in the magistrate's court taking long. They come in and charges drop left, right, and center. Claudette Singh had a criminal charge brought against her, drop without any reason, discontinued. And they're rowing. How this could be a miscarriage of justice? What's happening with these trumped up fraud charges? They're rowing. I wonder, folks who don't understand the lexicon of Guyanese understand rowing. Is rowing an English word? Not rowing, rowing. They're vexed now. So it must be different strokes for different folks. Never saw a day in court. These same folks, the prosecuting James Bond, he get land and he didn't pay the right price and all manner of things because he must know nothing. I tell you all, Stockholm Syndrome serious. So when we saw Trump and when we heard Judge Merchant said this, and I see this movie somewhere before. Somewhere. Folks, let us spare a thought. Did we pass it? Let us spare a thought. It's not here, but it should be. Let us spare a thought for the folks caught up in that fire in Los Angeles, I think it is. Right? Let us spare a thought to them. We have been watching. Right? We have been watching. And those that fire, spreading some of the images. You ever read that epic Dante's Inferno? Huh? Look at Dante got nothing on them. You should see those flames. It's like hell on earth. I saw one headline says LA on fire. Y'all let me never get the place right. Should have had it right here, but I'm not seeing it. LA on fire. Well, your old friend Maduro, he was sworn in today. Your old friend Maduro, sworn in today. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. He was inaugurated for a third term. Let's bring back memories. Somebody said third term. Could I get an amen? Somebody said third term. Bringing back memories for a third term in Caracas. What was a showdown? Because the opposition leader, Edmundo Gonzalez, he's been on self-imposed exile. He was flying back to Venezuela today to be sworn in as well. Because the U.S. recognizes Edmundo Gonzalez as the duly elected president. Many Latin American leaders were skipping Maduro's inauguration while Edmundo Gonzalez was making almost a world tour, touching base and trying to drum up support with world leaders. And Maduro was threatening that if Gonzalez touched down, he'll be arrested. So we got to get an update on how things went. They're telling us that Maduro had a rally. And of course, you know the rhetoric gonna be rich. Rhetoric gonna be rich. They meant about to install a governor of Essequibo. Could you imagine that? You think if Forbes was there, Granger was there, he would dare? He would dare? We would have no Argyle, nothing that people could violate and desecrate and breach. Argyle who? Maduro must have went home and went to the toilet with Argyle. Would not dare. What kind of brigadier is Mark? What kind of brigadier? He's a rubber stamp brigadier, Tom? You'll be rubber stamp prime minister, rubber stamp brigadier? You think them people in Caracas trembling because Mark in there? This government, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I saw ministers at Vinyapasa had an end of year press conference for about 17 minutes. We tell you these people are walking. Jacket and tie, big mama guy. Walking down the road and talking to people is not walking. There could be a gap there's any day in this country. You should go in the countryside and see how them people live. So somebody was like, hey, is you auntie? Uncle Fred? Not mad Freddy. And just said, you could left to go to the market 9 o'clock, you meet home 10. It's by somebody fancy talking. 8 hours. You stand by a fence. Can you know this one? All tradition people passing around, news in the community. Just like that. You think them boys trembling because we got Brigadier, I remember Sam Brigadier as Prime Minister? You think so? Huh? We need testicular fortitude. I ain't talking about burdens. He got the wrong kind of, too much of the wrong kind of fortitude. And the day the man is being inaugurated, the day the man is being inaugurated, right? The day the man is being inaugurated, you got a 25 million US bounty on the head. The US is offering, I know how much you got some time on your hat. Rock and come in Big Uncle Garden, 25. Me you go together and capture 25 million US dollars for the arrest of Maduro. 25 million. Come on, this is US, you know. I know somebody else set up now. It's all right, just now we're talking. Retirement Tech 1. How are we going to do it? I got my machete. I got my cutlass. How are we going to do it? 25 million. You know how much cash? You know how much cash grant is that? That's cash grant for the rest of your life. Rest of your life. Cash grant. Yeah. So inaugurated. He's a Trump himself, you know. Same day he got a 25 million arrest. He could be another felon by morning. Another presidential felon by morning. Yeah. So that's next door. That's some of what's going on. Next door, wanted to bring your attention on, just in case you all see him. Across the pond from us, Stuart is supposed to be the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Some of the People's National Movement Party, the incumbents, about 9 MPs, they said they're in for... Hold on, Stuart, hold on. God said to him a correct voice. Hold on. They had a big confab recently. A lot of the ministers and parliamentarians emerged happier than they went in. So the speculation is that Stuart Young, the path is now being cleared. Right? But there's a big meeting tomorrow, a bigger meeting tomorrow. And they said the matters are truly going to be ventilated at this meeting. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. This is politics. Nothing is ever clear cut. There's a lot of meanderings. Lot of meanderings. 2010 all know. We didn't know Granger was going to be the opposition leader. 5 years later, president of this country. Some people say it's going to be Norton. Some people pulling for Nigel Hughes. Some people say Aubrey Norton. Right? You got to still upstart now, Ashruddin Mohammed. A lot of people seem to like Ashruddin. I know enough of y'all, it's not likes and shares, but there really seems to be a lot of engagement with what Ashruddin doing. And people seem to think if Ashruddin got this country, he won't thief as much as Irfan them. And at least poor people can look after in this country. Huh? So I telling y'all watch me here now. You see the next 7 months, y'all can see Irfan. He ain't promising you no more. You need to ask a motorbike. He land by yours. Look, I bring a motorbike for you. You need to ask a wheelchair. Huh? Look, I bring a wheelchair here for you. Right? Somebody there must be crippled, man. You don't tell me that somebody there must got a foot problem. Come. You can see sharing out now. Right? But it's your heart. People could see through all of that. See through all the hypocrisy. So the folks are saying the way is being cleared. Stuart Young, Prime Minister Tech 1. Trinidad got his own problems. Own problems. Finally, folks, the Exim Bank loan was signed, sealed, delivered. Let's see now. Let's see now. The real work begins. Loan the sign for Skeleton Sugar Factory too. Skeleton Modernization Factory. Loan was signed for that as well. The head of the Exim Bank came all the way. Mr. Governor C.D. Jagbash for yourself. And today we heard Dr. Vince Adam again in that Alliance for Change Pressure saying, release the studies. You all say the study was done by Exim Bank, release it. And them boys say they're transparent. Them boys say they're for good governance. If this is Guyanese money, if this is a public project, why it's so shrouded in secrecy? Why is that? Right? I'm making an appeal to Her Excellency Nicole Terrio. Please, right? While you're telling us, the reasons behind the sanctions for Ashruddin Mohammed, y'all give us these studies. Why all this top secret? All this top secret thing? Why all of it? Come on now. Thought you had a different government. I thought you said you'll change y'all as angel. Most transparent. Isn't the Kwame telling me the other day? They are the most transparent. Nonsense like that. The proof of the pudding. We are listening. 9:10. As we wrap up, folks. As we wrap up. Citizen lost their life today at the Cherry Jagan International Airport, if I remember correctly. Cherry Jagan International Airport. Senior citizen had left Balwant Singh Hospital just a day before and was going on to the US for additional tests. Complained of feeling unwell, was taken to the sick bay at the Cherry Jagan International Airport, and they found that the patient a short time after that was unresponsive. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers with that family waiting to board, complained of feeling unwell, took them to see the medical officials there at the airport. And that's it. Touch and go. That's why you got to live nice with people. Touch and go. Thoughts and prayers with that family at CGIA lost their loved one there. Press conference of the Alliance for Change today. A lot of things came out. Right? Even transformational. See, Ban says second term. Second term. I see newsroom really straining like for endorsement. Right? I see international lawyer, Selwyn Peters say, I support what Ban say. Newsroom got big headline. Lawyer Selwyn Peters endorses your fund. Could we qualify what is an endorsement? Could we, the man barely said, I support what Ban said. Endorse. This is silly season. If you go on Facebook and you say, I support what Ban said, you can get a headline tomorrow. And that's a long time. They might do it faster now. You just say, I support. They're going to attribute the rest. Say, hey, not one for your fun. I was astonished when I saw this. The headline said, Ban's endorsement, the story, massive shock waves. We can come to the hold on. You gotta get everything nice in this country. Don't let it distract us. Please, don't let him distract us.
I understand that the students and teachers of St. Ignatius Secondary School in Region 9 have no running water. And this is in a time where we are bombarded with the hundreds of millions and billions of dollars that are being spent on new schools. And we have an established secondary school of several years standing, as a matter of several decades standing, that has no running water. We assume that this this situation, despite frequent complaints, has been allowed to reach this very, very precarious state. And just to remind people that St. Ignatius School is located in Region 9, where the matriculation rates for last year were 5%. Thank you very much.
Yep, that's what he said. My Lord. 5 years later. 5 years later. Oh. So we look after the kids. I'm begging. Can we look after the kids? Folks, mischief is afoot, you know. I want you all to know, mischief has a foot. I was trying to say that straight face. Mischief is afoot. It's which one is the left or the right? Mischief is afoot. Brothers and sisters, in this election, it is. 2 years ago, a census was commissioned 2 years ago. It should have been finished long now. This census was commissioned so long, we still had COVID with us. Right? That is to tell you how long this census was commissioned. We still had COVID, and they had blamed COVID and said they are almost done, but we need a little more time to mop up. I'm telling you what they had told us. We are almost done, but we got to circle back a little bit because not everybody was available because of COVID. That's what they had told us. Not only that, $2 to $3 billion was expended to do this census. $2 to $3 billion. And these guys talk about good governance and being accountable, you know. They told us by the end of last year, not only were we going to get the cash grant instantaneously on October 10th, November month 10, before Christmas, before the New Year, we were also going to get at least a preliminary report on the census. But these are things that don't come up in the Thursday corner shop show. They don't come up. Nigel Yu says, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. Take a look.
We are now in halfway in January 2025, an election year, a year by which elections are statutorily due, and therefore we find it completely unacceptable that there be no release of any information in relation to the census, which was due 3 years ago in 2022. We believe that this will only add to further difficulties in relation to the process leading up to the conduct of the elections, and of course, as we have consistently done in every elections, challenge the result of those elections. We believe that the situation in relation to the non-release of the census figures has gone past crisis and has now put us in a position where it's fertile ground for those who have difficulties with the integrity of the election, with the integrity of data generally, that at this stage, lots of speculation will take place. And unfortunately, in a country like ours, that leads to unfortunate consequences.
Yep, there you have it. There you have it. My God. My God. There you have it. I got some distractions. Just walk in the studio. 2 Spanish girls. Distractions here. They want to endorse Maduro. Not a boy. No way, Jose. Who thieved the census now? That's why I want. Before I let you all go, who thieved the census? Who thieved it? And while we're on that, by now you know your fundamental link. By now you know James run out.
Where's James Bond? I thought you coming and telling you support, make sure you support me in the next election. And you support me. President Daddy is one person who's always remembered me. From since he was a minister, he's always remembered me. He's been a friend to me. And I'm giving you a second term. I said that publicly, sir.
Yep. You remember me? If I can endorse everybody, I remember. Oh Lord, if I endorse anybody. I had Miss Kamini, did biology with me. I remember you, Kamini. Right? I had Miss Nunes, did literature. Right? Miss Philip Neary, Indian National, did English language with us. I remember lots of people. Right? Remember Miss Singh, my nursery school teacher. You know, taught me primary school as well. Remember lots of people. Right? Christine, girlfriend I had in prep something. I remember lots of people. You know, I remember lots of people too. Since a little boy, I remember Gil. You know, like a vampire blood. Remember lots of people. God love Aubrey. Remember we talking about how Big Uncle Gordon walked us through a lot of history this morning in one of his in his news source articles. Another good place of valid, credible information. Mr. Norton was asked about this. I think it was by Big Uncle Gordon too, if I'm not mistaken. Asked him, Melanie, what's going on? Aubrey, what's going on? What's going on in Melanie, man? What's going on?
Let me deal first of all with the activity yesterday. I do political work in Melanie. I know Melanie. There weren't many Melanie people there. It is evident that they do the normal thing of bringing in their crowd. That's the first thing that needs to be established. Secondly, the person that was talking before Bond, if you go through his history and what had happened with him in the police force as the community contends, you will understand why he ended up where he ended up. As it relates to James Bond, he's free to say what he wants. A few weeks ago, it was Mohammed. Now it's Irfan. The next time it might be us.
Yep. You got like nothing. You got like a few weeks ago. It wasn't. But is it me or did I yes, because Gordon pointed out too. He was rooting for Norton 3 months ago. What's this? 6, 4 or 5, right? You're highly responsive, Norton. Let's say no man. I don't know this. Who's this little boy here? Huh? Who's this little T-Rex here? Huh? Who's this other one here? I don't know that. Some people got criminal records. Some of them wanted right now. Convicted felons. Huh? Some of them dodging the law right now. I know some of them. Huh? Bowleg crab. I know you. Know about Bun. Bun went umbrella man just the other day. Under my umbrella, Ella, eh. Yeah. You're there fun today. Who knows? Who knows? Next week. Who knows?
There are people here who just did a poll which I'm not talking about the one in which they're blocking people from. And that poll would have shown among the opposition. Let me deal first of all with the activity yesterday. I do political work in Melanie. I know Melanie. There weren't many Melanie people there. It is evident that they do the normal thing of bringing in their crowd. That's the first thing that needs to be established. Secondly, the person that was talking before Bond, if you go through his history and what had happened with him in the police force as the community contends, you will understand why he ended up where he ended up. As it relates to James Bond, he's free to say what he wants. A few weeks ago, it was Mohammed. Now it's Irfan. The next time it might be us.
you can tell Mr. Norton is a very seasoned politician. 3 months ago, James was saying, Apnu FC strong at 2025, strong. I'm there, strong. He was there. I love it. Political season is a content creator's dream. Love it. But not so fast. Hold on. Not so fast before you run away. Hold on. James thought that was it? Huh? James thought that was it? No. It's not so easy, James. To get them charges dropping, sir. It's not so easy. Not so easy. I wish we had this better. I wish you could see this. I wish we had. Come on, folks. You'll get this better next time. Right? You'll get this better next time. A man that bend the knee already. He had culture now. He had a writing group that failed. He had a political party that failed. Right? He says no. That's not so fast. Right? He said the real test of an Ali supporter and an Ali endorser. the real test is a public admission. This man gotta be careful because he know when he start coming out to people like that, next thing you know, he got paid 7 million slander and libel. He know he got the luck already. He's think he knows something, come up abusing young people, next thing you know, he paying $7, $8, $9, $10 million slander and libel. Right? The test is that you gotta come and admit publicly of a sustained failed attempt to rig the last election and to thwart the will of the people. He said that's the real test. Not just saying, Ali, I support you, and come in and kiss the ring. He says not just about that. That's the first step. You gotta now come and confess your sins. You gotta now come and confess your sins. He want people to confess about rigging. He apologized yet to the man that he slandered and libel. He paid him money yet. He want apology. He apologized yet. Huh? He had apologized to Frank and so on that he used to go after. He apologized to the Peter. I didn't see it. I didn't see the public apology. But he want public apology. Huh? The man on the right, a book that nobody never read. He should apologize to the paper and the ink. He should apologize too. But he want, so y'all, y'all who contemplating, right? As what's her name? Carol Joseph said today, don't go one by one. Right? The handful of you go one time. One celebration. Don't go one by one. Right? You see, he don't get the brown bag. He don't get the brown bag. So he want but he think it's just one brown bag and share. So he want share, he go this. He said, no. Don't be so fast, James. You know what to do. You know what I have to do? And he lists the criteria now. Confess your sins. Confess your sins. Well, what he said here was so popular. 8 hours later, 2 shares, 30 comments, 39 emojis. Oh, the mighty have fallen. He should apologize for writing this post and delete it. Oh my God, such widespread, what do you call this? Engagement in social media speak. 38 hours later. Y'all do the ratio there. How much people like it in a simple hour? 39 emojis, 2 shares. Says Irfan must share this thing once and somebody else. 2 shares, 39. Why shut him out? Crawl back in the hole you went in. Right? Write your pages that nobody interested in reading. Give us a break. Eat your little food, drink your little soup, pee and go in your bed. That's going to do it for us tonight, folks. That's going to do it for us. That's why they call it silly season. That's why they call it silly season. So it's a qualifier. You only got kiss the ring now. You got genuflect. Confess your sins. We try, we fail. The court can't prove it yet. And them boys said they got mountains of evidence. The case about to start over now. Who in charge of this country, really, man? Who in charge of it? People in the US spending big time for subverting the wealthy people, and we're using it willy-nilly here. Them boys can't come off the mark yet. We're in an election season. And we don't know what we're doing. Right? St. Ignatius School can't get water 5 years later. Fastest growing economy in the world. Biggest GDP. That's going to do it for us, folks. That's our time. That's our program. Stay safe. Hard landing, each and every one of you. Share the live. Right? I'm sure we get more than 2 shares. I know we got more emojis than 30. 223 emojis. Come on, make me look nice tonight. You see, we just talk. Because the boys come and check. We know. Let me see how much shares he get now. Don't let me look thin tonight. Don't let me look thin. We know you're going. Stay safe, folks. Stay safe. That's our time. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. By the way, have a great weekend. And that's the last man. Stay safe.